good morning. Breakfast with Beefcake, number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6, society and my crapper. You want to hear about it?
Society and your what?
And my crapper.
And your crapper?
Society and my crapper. Society, nice. How it pertains to my crapper.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear this.
This one kind of grew ahead of its own. I'll tell you what happened. As you know, I have a tendency to overreact.
Really?
So I flush my toilet, and my toilet burps at me. I don't know how to describe that. It's kicking back this air bubble as if something's wrong, and it's been doing that for about a week now. I have it in my head that something is wrong with my septic tank and that it's going to cost $10,000 to fix. Now, I don't have any basis for this. I don't have any knowledge of how septic tanks work or plumbing, but I know that for the past 13 years, I've been pretty convinced that my septic tank is going out. And the reason for this is because I saw a commercial a long time ago. I think it was a Riddex commercial. It had guys in hard hats and a backhoe in front of someone's house, and they were talking about how septic repairs can be expensive, upwards of $10,000.
Oh, yeah.
So I've created this problem that is going to have to occur at some point in time, and when it does occur, I guess I want to be able to say, see, man, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. And so I started writing about my septic tank and the way that I tend to overreact and just kind of how my mind works. What I found was that I think that I dislike my septic tank. I think that I have so many strong feelings about my septic tank, and I think that I'm so sure that it's going to give me a problem because I don't understand it. I don't understand how it works. I don't know really I understand the function of a septic tank, but I don't really know the inner workings of it. Because I don't know how it works, I don't like it. And so then it became, as I continued to write, I started thinking, this sounds similar to something in society, the way people treat other groups, the way that I think about other groups and things that I don't understand. I tend to pass judgment on them.
Okay, give me an example.
CrossFit. Before I got into CrossFit, I didn't know anything about it. I wasn't into exercise. I wasn't into fitness. I was not into any of it. And I saw people doing, crazy looking pull-ups and jumping up and down on boxes and doing, lifting weights. And I just thought, how stupid. Yeah. What a waste of time. What a bunch of buffoons. And so I just passed judgment. Not only did I not understand it, but I didn't like it.
Right. But then what?
Like most things, I tried it, understood it. I could see where people were coming from, and I liked not only CrossFit, but the people. I started thinking about how much of the hatred and negativity that goes on in society is based on a lack of information. Does that make any sense?
Like 99% of it.
So what you're telling me is that I have not uncovered this vault of wonderfulness.
I mean, you have. I'm just saying. I totally agree with it. Like 99% of the people that say pretty much anything are doing so from with a lack of knowledge.
Man, I thought that I was just tapping into this profound wisdom that I was gonna be changing the world by noon.
Well, you are, because people probably need to hear that.
Well, growing up, I have a tendency to be an extremely judgmental person. And when I pick a side, I dig my heels into the ground.
Right.
Having experienced what I experienced, I've found that it's just better, easier, and safer for me not to have much of an opinion one way or the other and not to pick a side. Certainly not pick a side so quickly.
Uh-huh.
When I was in my darkest hour, I was helped by so many different people. Those people that helped me never asked my religion. They never asked my political stance. They never asked my sexuality. They never asked if I did CrossFit or if I did powerlifting. They didn't ask if I was a trail runner or road runner. It was a non-issue. Because of that, I was able to see how important it is to be all-inclusive. I tend to be all-inclusive to the point of everything I own, I want it to belong to everybody. Everything I'm a part of, I want everyone to be a part of it. That was shaped because of information. A lot of the things that I believe in and participate in is based on having more information about those things.
Right.
And so back to my profound wisdom, I think that that finding information is an important part of the puzzle before you go passing judgment on things. What do you feel most strongly about?
What do I feel the most strongly about?
What are you most passionate about in your life? Is it CrossFit? Is it politics? Is it fitness? Is it religion? What is it?
I think there's a lot of things that I love to do. The thing that I'm passionate about that is true across a lot of the things that I do, and that is helping people.
And what do you think drives that? What's the driving force behind that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't thought about that before. I've paid a lot of attention to what it is, but I haven't really thought about why that is.
Are you political?
Not really. Not to where it gets me into a fit. You would never get into a political argument with me. It's not that big of a deal to me. Right.
I can't imagine. There's not a lot of things that you would engage in an argument, is there?
Not really, because I tend to, especially now, I tend to try to analyze things a little bit more so than just jumping to conclusions or getting my feelings hurt or that kind of thing.
Jumping to conclusions and getting my feelings hurt is the story of my life. That's the reason for this blog, is because I've jumped to the conclusion that I'm about to owe $10,000 for a septic tank,
right,
when I don't know anything about a septic tank. It's not like I've priced septic tanks in the past 15 years or ever.
Right.
Can you think of anything that you hated at one point in time that now you love or enjoy?
That's another good question. Let me think.
I'm full of good questions, dude.
Yeah, you're on fire today. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, everything. Everything that I am today, I hated at one point in time. Because I'm one of these people that if I don't understand it, it's dumb. If I don't do it,
right,
or especially if I'm not good at it, then it's dumb. Growing up, I really carried that. Like if it wasn't the sport that I'm playing, it's stupid and you're wasting your time. And look at those guys, and I make fun of them, very, very rudely. And, if you play in the band, I don't understand. I'm not good at playing instruments. I don't have any talent at all when it comes to that area. So I make fun of it and I call it dumb. And now I have a great appreciation for anyone doing anything well. There was a turning point in my life that came with recovery. It came with sobering up. But there was a distinct turning point where I went from being passionate about the things that I hate to being passionate about not hating anything. Now, how's that for some profound stuff right there, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty deep.
Yeah, I'm going deep. So, and it gave me an appreciation for all viewpoints. Once I allow myself to begin to understand one area, then it helps me accept all areas. I tell you, a lot of this has to do with Amanda, my wife Amanda, who has a great appreciation for some of the finer arts. And that was always something that I couldn't get my head around.
What do
why.
you mean? Like artwork, like
Like
paintings, or?
like art, like the symphony, classical music, uh,
Oh yeah, okay.
instruments, big band music, just different types, different things that I'm not accustomed to, different things that I would have rather hung myself than gone and sat and listened to a symphony for 2 hours. But having experienced it, I have an appreciation for it. And I see why people totally get jazzed up about this, because
Mm-hmm.
the people doing this are fat as hell. Like, they know how to play their instrument. They are on point with what it is that they do.
Right.
And I'm able to carry that into what it is that I do and see that it doesn't have to be the same thing. We don't have to be doing the same thing for me to appreciate perfection. Like, these people are badass at what it is that they do. And when I see that, I love it. So it's helped open me up to other things that, even though I'm not good at them, I enjoy watching other people be good at them.
Yeah. Whereas before you were like, those people are stupid.
Yeah.
So I think I just have like the opposite viewpoint. Like if I see something that I don't understand, I'm inclined to try to learn more about it.
You kind of have that in you. You've always been that way.
Right.
See, I haven't. And so I understand the side of hatred and intolerance. And having become a a kinder person and a more tolerant person, it's I feel like I'm closer to understanding the people who lack tolerance and who are hateful. It makes me sad to see that they're so close to the other side of that fence, and how much easier it is living on the other side of that fence. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And it sounds cheesy, but like I think I can in a way identify with the person that is on the outside. Like since I grew up like in a Southern Baptist church and environment and all that, and I was a rebellious skater kid, right? I always so in my school and stuff kind of always felt a little bit on the outside, like I wasn't a jock, like I wasn't on the football team in high school and that kind of thing. So I kind of understand what it's like to be the different person.
You and I are on completely opposite ends of the spectrum there, because I was the jock and the meathead. And to me, there were jocks, and everything outside of that was not for me. And I hate that. I hate that part of me. I hate that was me. And I put a label on everything. Here's the band nerd. There's the freaks. There's the skaters. There's the whatever. But it makes me sick that there was a time in my life where I wasn't capable of, allowing all that into my
Right.
life. Because as I get older, I see that I can relate to most of those things that I hated much more than I can relate to being a jock. I'm a lot closer to the freak side of things than I am the jock side of things.
Right. And I don't want to sound like I was an outsider. I feel like I've just always kind of gotten along with everybody.
I wish I could say that. I think that that's awesome. I wish that I could. There's still people that I run into that I just cringe, because I feel like I probably didn't treat them with the respect that they deserve.
Right. Right.
And that's probably the understatement of history, but that's an understatement. Having different opinions, or having fewer opinions now, I think that I've jumped the fence so far that I almost jumped over the neighbor's fence as well. I think that I overshot my mark, because now I find myself wanting to support anything that bothers people. I find that I don't necessarily support the thing that I'm supporting as much as I want to support it because someone else hates it so much.
Exactly.
That's part of my allure to tattoos. is that some people feel like that they're a bad thing. So therefore, I want more of them. Painting my toenails. It makes some people uncomfortable. And so I can't not paint my toenails anymore.
I think that's great. Like I love watching people's reaction to that, by the way.
And I guess that's my question. Is that just me being equally as obnoxious as the person that hates it? Or is that me just enjoying being different? I feel like I want to paint my toenails in support of the person who really, really, really wants to paint their toenails.
Right.
Like in protest. Like I want to be, I want the person who really wants to paint their toenails, but is too afraid to let his parents know that, hey, I'm a guy who'd like to paint his toenails. So therefore, I'll paint them for you. I don't know.
You're the hero. You're the hero.
I want to be that. And I want to get tattoos for all the people who have tattoos and their parents hate them for it. That is an example of how I tend to get off on a tangent.
We got there by way of your septic tank.
So when I start writing, it rarely goes in any sort of linear direction. I don't ever start writing and think, okay, this is what I'm going to write about, and this is how I'm going to wrap this up.
It's just a brain dump.
You're absolutely right. There's no better way of stating that. It is an absolute brain dump. And you started that. You're the one that got me started blogging you told me to blog my fitness diary, my progress in fitness. And
wow, that's awesome. I never knew that.
You didn't know that?
No.
I need to send you my first blog.
Yeah.
My first couple blogs, which are a diary of fitness, and then it just goes to complete. It all goes to hell from there. It quickly went from talking about a few wind sprints to talking about God knows what, my crapper.
Well, yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. I mean, when you think about like where this whole thing started and what we're talking about now is almost completely different.
Maybe Breakfast with Beefcake number 7 or one of the sooner episodes should be about the first blog.
Let's do it.
That would be fun. In the meantime, I'm going to run.
All
I'm
right.
going to go out and have an excellent day.
All right. Good talk.
Thanks, man.
See you.